Tonight is already part 8. Tonight we deal with excuses. We're hurting a person, but we have an excuse why you did it. If you're going to ask a child, why did you hit your friend? What do you think would be the answer?
He was bothering me.
The child will answer, he started. He started. How about older people that, they're not that mature yet? Not emotionally and not with sensitivity, they're gonna react in the same way. They're always gonna find excuses to blame you. It's not my fault. You were invited such a behavior. Meaning, it's your fault. I did what I had to do. So if I'll behave I will not take responsibility for what I'm doing, I will always blame the other one, not me. On what? On eruptions or the manners that you have are not good. Listen to what Imma's saying. What can I do that I'm neglecting my children? Most probably I don't fit to be a mother. And basically, I can't manage with their characters. Whom did she blame? Whom did she blame?
The kids.
Right? What can I do? It's not my fault. My kids are very tough to handle. Here is a man talk. When I'm tired, when I'm upset, I'm a nervous wreck, or I'm hungry. Simply, I'm not able to control myself. So what if I'm erupting all of a sudden? It's not my fault. Why did he start it with me when he saw that I'm hungry? You saw that I'm in a bad mood. Why did you start to talk to me when I'm in a bad mood? Yeah? So whoever started with me, he is at fault, not me. You hurted me, that's why I hurted you back. Next time you have to watch yourself. Meaning it's not my fault. You were inviting such a behavior, so I gave it to you. Here is a mother talking. I must scream, hit, because this is the only way to get my children out of the bed, to make them hurry up to get rest, to eat, to give them encouraging, to learn, to force them to help at home, to convince them to take a shower, to put them in their bed at nighttime. They mamash, right? Wild kids, Pere Adam, right? Wild kids. So that's give the justification to hit, to scream, to force, everything. Why? Because I have an excuse. And what is the excuse? The kids. They're wild. So whose fault is this? Anybody else?
She's blaming the kids, but I know it's her fault, but it sounds like a labor camp. It's
But
very
what-
scary. It's very scary.
But that's what you hear. That's what you hear.
It's horrible. Horrible.
Meaning she's not able to control herself.
She's blaming them
Absolutely.
for her inadequacy.
Yes. Should I start to ask how many times a day you're screaming? I said, these kids, until I'll scream, nothing will go through. I have to shout, I have to scream, I have to threat, I have to hit sometimes. Then they're listening to me. That's the language they understand. So who is at fault? Who is at fault?
Mom,
Huh?
the mother,
But whom she blaming?
the kids.
So she's fine.
Yeah.
She's fine. She's okay. The kids are inviting such a behavior. How about if a person will tell you, I'm not able to control myself because I have a hot temper. Who is at fault?
The person with the hot temper.
No. Who is at fault?
Oh, the kids. Every other person.
I'm not able to control myself. I have hot temper. Who is at fault?
He's at fault. He can't control himself, no?
The temper is the problem.
Ah. The temper.
I have a hot temper. Me, I'm a tzaddik, but I have a temper.
Oh. Oh, well.
Here we go. You're asking a person, why are you so mean? And why are you not taking responsibility for your action? Why are you so mean? What's the answer? I grew up in a very difficult home. I had a difficult childhood. Come on. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. How many times do we hear it?
People have been blaming their parents for thousands of years. A lot, especially I think today generation, where there's not as much respect as we had, about 70 years ago.
We always have somebody to blame. I don't want to take any responsibility. Meaning, if I have excuse for every action that I take, it's not me. A lady saying, I didn't get any love when I was a child. That's why I cannot love other people. That's an excuse.
No.
Yes. My child, a lady saying, spilled without any intention his juice. He spilled it by accident on the floor. And right away he started to scream at his sister. Look what you did to me. Because of you, my juice fell on the floor. But in an instantly, he said it right away. He find sister, is that because of you, it happened. And it was not correct. So in this case, Ima was very smart. She saw everything and she came in and she said, I know that it was spilled unintentionally and it can happen to anybody. There is no need to blame other people. That's the right approach. There is no need to blame any other people because it was done unintentionally. So now, you know that the base for the people who finding excuses for every action that they take, not to take responsibility for their deeds. This is the base to all the addictions. Addicted people, that's how they behave. People who love to drink, smokers, obese, and of course, people who are already addicted to anger. It's also some kind of addiction. They all have excuse for their devastating behavior. I cannot, it's almost impossible for me not to act like this. What does it mean, a person mature? Maybe somebody can explain me what maturity means. No,
Good question. Like, it doesn't depend on the age of a person, right?
not at all.
Not at all, yeah.
Not at all, no. What do you call maturity?
Someone
A
who's
person
responsible.
who, oh, go ahead.
sorry, someone who's responsible for their actions and has self-control.
Somebody they take responsibility is correct. It's correct. On my behavior, I'm the only one responsible. And I know how to deal with disappointments.
Yeah, dealing with disappointment is really a big issue, right? Not everyone can.
Yes.
And
Yes. So if somebody here, or if you know people like that they suffering from all this list that I just said. So let's learn a little bit what is a justified reason, what the difference between a reason that we can justify it and excuse. What's the difference between a reason and excuse? What's the reason? What's the difference between them?
reason you don't blame other people, but right?
A woman saying to the husband, I have fever 103. I was not able to clean the house. That's one thing. And it is another behavior. Why didn't you clean the house? I didn't feel like it. Now, what is an excuse and what is a reason? No.
Fever is a reason.
Fever is what?
A reason.
Very good. And I didn't feel like it?
It's an excuse.
Huh?
Excuse.
Excuse. Very good. Very good. If somebody lost a relative unexpectedly, it can be a reason for a person to get into depression. But if you're asking a person, what's the matter with you? He says, I'm depressed because I didn't get no new clothing for the holiday. Where is the reason and where is the excuse? That's an easy one, no? Am I talking to myself or what? Well, where is the reason and what is the excuse? You don't know? To lose a family member all of a sudden, unexpectedly. It's a reason.
It's a reason.
That's the reason. But if I'll tell you I'm depressed because I didn't get anything new for the holiday, Is this is a reason or this is excuse?
That's an excuse.
Excuse, Rabbi.
Right. I got stuck in traffic, so I wasn't able to get into my office on time. But on the other hand, why did you come late? I wasn't able to open up my eyes in the morning. I was tired. What is the reason? What is the excuse?
First one reason, second one excuse.
Right. Life danger. Or danger that you're gonna get hurt physically. It's a reason to scream and yell. But if I'm saying I don't have the willpower to control myself, what is this?
Excuse.
So now, do you know how many times I hear this? No one wants to take responsibility. We always have an excuse. If you're not in the mood, is not a reason to behave not polite. What does this have to do with that? It doesn't work to look for excuses. When we're behaving without any responsibility, without like very loose, there is no justification for this. You have to be very careful by the way that you react, especially when you're tired, when you're hungry, or stam in a bad mood. Don't be lazy, take responsibility, and now you have to be extra alert not to lose yourself, even though you're tired and you're hungry. It doesn't give you the permission to act like an animal. So now, what happened? What happened if you keep hearing all the time? Because of you, I'm in a bad mood. You causing me to get angry. It's you. It's your parents, it's your brother, it's your sister, it's this, it's that. The whole world. Not me. So we start to feel that maybe I'm responsible for his behavior. Maybe I have to change. Excuse me? Even if let's say your spouse is not behaving, does he give you the permission also not to behave? What do you say? Usually what do we hear? She started, I had to defend myself. Or she's saying, he started, I have to defend myself. So that's excuses. And slowly, we're starting to feel that we are responsible for their craziness. The fact that the spouse not able to control himself, I'm starting to feel that I am the blame. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, Rabbi.
Yes.
Yes, Rabbi.
How many times we feel guilty for somebody else's misbehaving?
Many times, Rabbi, many times.
So what happened? You causing the one to continue doing what he is doing. By me taking the blame upon myself, maybe my behavior trigger his nerve system that he is not able to control. So now maybe it's my fault. And I say, okay, I'll work on myself. Meantime, he says, I'm fine. So I don't have to work on myself. It's your fault. You causing me all this. So you work on yourself. So we're giving him an open field to do whatever he wants because we feel that we're responsible for his bad behavior. Boy, this is upside down. I know I'm surprising you, yes?
Yes, Rabbi. Right.
If somebody is misbehaving, it's not the other one's fault. It's not. It's the one who misbehaving, and this is his fault. He's not able to control himself. The Torah will teach you. If the other one is misbehaving, you stay away and say, that's not my problem. It's not my problem. It's not my fault. Well, who is a mensch? A mensch is a person when he sees that the atmosphere is not that friendly. Say, you know what? Let's sit down. We discuss it. If it's my fault, okay, I'll take responsibility. That's how you solve problems. Imagine to give the attacker the feeling that he is the victim. Because of you, your behavior, I become attacker. I am the victim. You causing me to do all this. You have to apologize to me. This is, you know, You can lose your mind with this. That's why, and I'm saying it over and over again, if you have a shalom bayit problems or any problem, you don't go to people who don't know this. Many times they take the victim and they're accusing the victim. Your behavior triggering this, trigger that's behavior. That's what? Let's say you misbehave. Oh, okay, fine. You misbehave. If you acting like a lunatic, why the one over here has to act the same way? Now, some people, they're very, they like to be dramatic. And when they get angry, wow, like volcano, boom, boom. And everybody next to them, so now you cannot live next to the person because you don't know when is going to be the next eruption. How can you live like that? So what happened? They're terrified from him. So now they have to lie in order for him to keep quiet. So it became a school for lying because you're afraid from his attacks, So in order to calm him down, we have to lie. Yes, we did it. Yes, we did. Just for him to. So now, the people who feel that they have anger issues, if you don't feel good about yourself that it's happening to you, already we are in the right path. It's bothering you. Good. Now we have to take action. So there is no doubt that underneath these eruptions of anger, you have a mentality of what? Excuses. Meaning you feel that I have the privilege to get crazy every time somebody is not behaving according to what I want. This is a thought that we must change. So first of all, we have to change our mindset. So now, did you hear once about group therapy? Group support. Yes? It's good. You should go there and see what other people are going through. Each one will say, what is it? Problem? And that's how you're going to start to see that it's doable. We can change it. Because right now you're addicted to anger. It's also addiction. People don't know that, but it's some kind of addiction. And this is the most important part. If you call yourself religious, you have to be mitchazek be'emunah. Why are you getting angry? Because you forgot that there is Hashem in this world. Nobody will make you angry if Hashem is not going to allow it. So there is a reason. Okay? There is a reason. Say to yourself, there is a reason why people hated me. Hashem, give me opportunity now to work on my character and to forgive, to respect, right? To have pity, to be patient. And you start to think, my behavior is not, has nothing to do with the other person's behavior. I have to behave good. It's a rule in life. So, mark my words. If other people are acting like I don't know what, don't fall for this. Stay where you are. The best way to say, you know what, Habibi, you're right, you're right. You're right, yes. You're right. At least I didn't get crazy. And you pull back and you go. That's it. Sir, whatever you say, you're right 100%. Very good. I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah. Even though I disagree, I say, I agree with you. It's okay. Come down. Bye-bye. Shalom. Even if I'm disappointed or this and that. In Yiddish, they say edel, right? Be edel. So we have to work on ourselves, not to fall for this. I work and work and work, and at the end, you're going to see, I'm not getting angry anymore. I'm not reacting because I keep working on myself. If you see that this doesn't work, so then we have no choice, only to prescribe pills to help you to calm down. We don't like it. We don't like it. But sometimes there is no choice. Okay, so now the people who are the victims of people that have temper issues. You are the victims. They are attacking you all the time. Don't blame yourself. Unless you did something intentionally to get on his nerve. And listen carefully now. You have to stand like a stick. You are going to seek help, a professional help. Many ladies, unfortunately, I have to say it over and over again, they're not precise on things that they have to stand there like a stick. When she want to go to Florida, she's standing there like a, like a rock. That's yes. But you see that the husband needs help. They need help. You put your foot down and say, Habibi, Atkan. You're going to say, you don't want? Okay, I'm not going to stand here like a punching bag. Then you have to decide. If I'll be your advisor, I'll tell you to leave, get separated, let him take care of himself. Don't give in on this. Don't give in. Because what happened? I'll tell you what's going to be the reaction. Say, I need help. I need help. You need help. You go. I'm not going. Because he doesn't see any problem. It's your fault. You getting on his nerves. You causing him to misbehave. The fact that he's not able to control himself, that's not his problem. That's your problem. So you need help in order to know how to deal with me. Very nice, right? We'll send the victims to the professional. He will tell her how to maneuver according to the husband. That's an advice? Is that an advice?
No, it's completely backwards.
You'll be surprised. So that was already number 23. To be very careful. And everybody over here have to know on what to fight for and what to let go. When we see something that is, you cannot live with this. Don't try to convince yourself now. Don't fall for this. Nobody deserves such a behavior. Nobody. Nobody. right away, we have to send them to get help. Whoever is misbehaving has to accept the responsibility. Either you work on yourself or we're going to send you to a professional. He will take care of you. Okay. Here we go. Number 24. We're getting somewhere, right? To say things that imaginary that can make you worried very much is not even the reality. But a person starts to get worried. Or to give you false hope. I'll explain what I'm saying. A couple talking, and the husband saying to his wife, you know, many times I'm thinking how my life would have looked if I'll marry somebody else.
I can't take this one. That's a very stupid husband. That's beyond.
No, he talks, I said, I'm curious to know if we will have the same kids, if I have the same this, if I'll have a different wife. Right away, his wife will start to think, why is he thinking like that? I'm not good enough. Or a wife saying to the husband, how would you feel? What do you feel if all of a sudden I'll stop to keep the mitzvot? Is it realistic now? No. But the husband is, why is she talking like that? Maybe she has something in mind. Now, a husband that all his life was a worker is coming to his wife and he's saying, you know, I think I'll quit my job. I'll go to the bank. We will take $200,000 as a loan and I'll open my own business. Oh. And he's not a businessman. A woman saying to the husband that he is financially not doing well at all. So she's saying to him, it's very simple. We must change the kitchen like the neighbor did. Or somebody saying, if this project will not be successful, I'll commit suicide. You don't talk like that. Meaning it's only imaginary things that can put the other person in very much in doubt worries. Why they talking like that? What's the matter with him? We're causing with this a pain to somebody else for something that is not even realistic. So until now, before we'll get to 25, yes, this coming Sunday in Mirza Hashem. Until now, what we learned, did you got the point where we're heading to?
Yes.
Mamash, you have to pay so much attention to what we're saying, to whom we're saying it, why we're saying it, what you're trying to accomplish. Good. So I will leave it the way it is. Motzei Shabbat, I'll talk to you again from the other class, the Shlom Bayit class, when we're going to go again to the basics, which we did here 3 years ago, but it's always good to keep repeating and repeating. And for sure, I will add more things. So I will have to say to you now, Shabbat Shalom. Have a beautiful Shabbat.
You too, Rabbi.
Everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Thank you.
shalom.
A holy
Thank you.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
And
Rabbi.
Mubarak, right?
I see
What?
you Motzei Shabbat,
What time?
10:30 at night time.
10:30.
Thank you, Rabbi.
10:30. Okay. The days are
Longer now.
long enough, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So,
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat
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 shalom.
shalom.
And
Bye-bye.
see you Motzei Shabbat
Thank you.
in Mirza Hashem.
Thank you. Shabbat shalom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.